Senator Ted Cruz with us for a quick look at Obamacare. Senator, welcome, sir. How you doing?
Mark, good morning. Good to be with you.
Great to have you. We're in a real short pocket of time here, so let me dive right in. Everybody freaking out that it's all being done in the McConnell's office. I've tried to push back against that somewhat, saying that if you open it up all now, you'll get nothing but a barrage of Democrats pushing for single payer. Is there some logic to formulating the first push for repeal behind closed doors?
Well, sure. First of all, a lot of the Democrats who are complaining that this issue hasn't been debated enough, that complaint is more than a little ridiculous. I think there's been no political issue debated more in the last 7 years than Obamacare. We've had now 3 major elections that hinged on Obamacare: the Republican landslide in 2010, the Republican landslide in 2014, and then our presidential victory in 2016. Obamacare was front and center. Now, the actual draft of the repeal bill is being drafted by a working group that I helped organize, and it's a group of Republicans across the ideological spectrum that are trying to come together to see if we can build a majority to actually deliver on these promises we made. And the working group has at times included most, if not virtually every member of the Republican conference. So the drafting process has been a collaborative process. Now, I will say at the final end, Mitch McConnell and leadership are producing the final draft. So I don't know what they're going to have in it. And a number of the members of the working group who have been part of it for the last 5 months, I think, are frustrated that we don't know what's in it. But I am hoping that the draft we see, and we're supposed to see it tomorrow, will reflect the discussions of the Republican conference that have played out week after week after week over the last 5 months.
And it seems the measuring sticks will be, does it really lower people's premiums? Does it really fix the underlying problems? And if it doesn't, then I know you and some Republicans will have a tough time wrapping your arms around it.
Well, look, that is front and center. And what I've been trying to do is focus the central question on what you just asked. Are we lowering premiums? The biggest reason so many millions of people are unhappy with Obamacare is it's caused premiums to skyrocket. So when I'm back home in Texas, what I hear over and over again from Texans is, I can't afford health insurance. I can't afford to take care of my family. The average family premiums, Mark, have risen over $5,000 a year under Obamacare. That was caused by the federal government. We need to fix that. And you're right. If the bill doesn't do that, if it doesn't lower premiums, if it doesn't repeal Obamacare, if it expands Obamacare, then I think a number of other conservatives will have no choice but vote no. It's not going to pass if it doesn't directly tackle the problems of Obamacare.
Senator Ted Cruz with us, and pardon the brevity, but the clock is what it is. We got about a minute. Nice win for Karen Handel last night, and it is bigger because the Democrats are not just fighting us on policy. They want to impeach. They want to destroy this presidency. Do you believe that 2018 is one of the biggest off-year elections ever?
Well, 2018 is certainly important. The Democrats framed Karen Handel's election in Georgia as a referendum on Trump. Well, that's the second referendum they've lost now. They lost in November. For that matter, they lost in Kansas. They lost in Montana. Every one of these congressional races, the Democrats are pouring millions and tens of millions of dollars into, and they're losing. I think the American people support a common-sense conservative vision. Now it's up to us to deliver, and that's taking every waking moment of my time, is working with the president and Congress to deliver on our promises, repeal Obamacare, tax reform, reg reform, and the U.S. Supreme Court.
Follow him on Twitter at Ted Cruz. Always a pleasure, sir. Local show or when I'm filling in for you or anybody else, it's a joy to have you. God bless and thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. God bless.